Good evening, this is Doc Severson for the TheoTrade video for Thursday, June 15th. I'll start out tonight's video by looking at this shared kind of virtual index that we have across the stocks that everybody seems to want to talk about, which is Facebook and Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon, right? We've not put Netflix in here because Netflix does not have that big of a market cap. Actually, Microsoft is much bigger than that. But these are basically the stocks that have been pushing around the market for the past few months. This bunch here. So what we've done is we've weighted them by adding, 6.5 Facebook, 6.5 Apple, 13.9 Microsoft, and then Google and Amazon at parity. And it forms this, neat looking chart, which is, you can see has just been going ballistic lately. The thought that I want to share with you tonight is that volatility propagates. Volatility propagates. So what we're going to see is the volatility will start coming into the market from the smallest time frames. You can already start to see the changes in volatility right now because all of this has been very, very quiet. Very, very quiet. Just quiet and trending behavior, which is kind of the nature. You can see also this has been very, almost an infinite slope to the upside. But over the last few days since last Friday, we've really started to see a lot more volatility coming in here. Much more than what we saw just, last month in early May. This is some serious volatility, but it's nothing when you look at the weekly chart. And it's not even registering when it comes to the monthly chart over here on the left-hand side. So the point here is that volatility propagates. What I'd actually like to see, first of all, the bottom line is I'd like to see this bunch of stocks or the Nasdaq or whatever else index that you're talking about, whether it's the S&P or the Dow, but specifically the Nasdaq and more specifically this bunch of stocks that's up here, I'd like to see them set up with a slightly larger range right now. I'm not looking for them to crash, not looking for them to completely sell down to a level of 2,200 down here. I don't think that's going to happen. But what would be very healthy for any market that's gone parabolic like this is to set up a larger, more volatile range and keep things guessing. Range expansion goes to range contraction like this. It happens every time. And the way that this occurs is by volatility progression, right? Volatility progression. And if you think about this, just about everything in nature occurs in the same manner as that. Things will start, they will germinate on a very small basis. And in this case, the daily chart is actually a very small basis. What will actually happen here is that this volatility, it's kind of like throwing a pebble into the middle of a very still pond. The ripples will start to go back and forth and back and forth. And once this energy gets in here, what I'd like for it to do, actually, believe it or not, if I want this to occur, if I want this larger range to occur, what I want to have happen right now is I'd like to see a rally up. Now, that may not make sense to you, but the reason is because we've got to get people with weak hands getting into these stocks again. And only when they have the weak hand will a lower high set up and devastate these people, even if it's just to set up the bottom of the range, perhaps at 4,500. Okay, so if that lower high sets up, then what we're going to see from a weekly chart perspective is we're going to see that pull back and then a big bounce up here on the weekly chart, and then that is going to move lower. So the volatility is propagating into the next level of progression. Now, I don't think that we necessarily need to see the monthly chart set up with a lower high. Usually when we see the monthly chart set up with a lower high, this fully kicks off a bear market. This is when we see the 20% plus moves that are out there, is that when this fully propagates all the way over to the monthly chart. When the monthly chart gets involved, it's kind of like that implied threat of wait till your father gets home. It's one of those types of moves when we see, real damage done across the board, not only to the stock market, but also the economy and the nation as a whole. We don't necessarily need that just yet. Things come in stages, but what I'd like to see right now, again, little bounce up on here, lower high setting up, propagate over to the weekly chart, set up the next range here, And that, I think, ultimately is going to be healthy for everyone. It's going to give more two-way tape, more trading action, more implied volatility. It's going to get some of our trading strategies off the shelf and into work again. And I think ultimately that's good for everyone. All right, folks, I just want to bring something to your attention today. You've probably heard about Don's tetrapod class, the secret weapon to trading options on ETFs, which is going to be held this Saturday. So he's going to be doing a full webinar on this class. So you've heard about this before, more than likely. You've also heard about our Total Theo 12-month mentorship, which has been very, very popular. But what I'd really like to talk to you guys about right now is the 2-day live event in Scottsdale, Arizona that we're going to be doing. So for $2,000, what this includes is 12 months of Total Theo and the secret weapon to trading options on ETS class. It's going to be bundled in with there. And guess what? There's 2 days of seminar with us, the TheoTrade team out in Scottsdale, Arizona. This is going to be happening in early September. So believe it or not, that's just around the corner. It's only 3 months away, just 12 weeks away from right now. So there is an early bird rate for this. So you got to act fast to be able to get this. Otherwise, the price does go up in July. So what are we going to be covering there? Long volatility, short volatility strategies. So regardless of what the market's doing, you're going to be able to trade those. Neutral option strategies, technical analysis, longer term portfolio management through longer term duration strategies, how to put it all together in a trading plan, how to use technical analysis to be able to improve your edge, as well as how to trade the Nasdaq NQ futures in there. So with this, you get all of us. You get myself, Don Kaufman, Tony Rago, Jeff Bierman, all 4 live instructors out there for 2 straight days. And to give you an idea what the event schedule is like, first of all, on Thursday night, the 7th, we're going to be having a happy hour with you guys. So meeting everybody in person, you're going to get a chance to, rub elbows with not only the instructors out there, but other expert traders that are part of our live trading room every single day. And on Friday and Saturday, we're going to be doing, of course, morning session, afternoon session, and breakfast is served for those staying in the hotel. You can see the conference room we're going to be doing this at. One thing I'd like to point out to you is if you've been through seminars like this before, sometimes we wedge everybody into these things, and it's so uncomfortable. By the end of 2 days, you're ready to go. We're going to have nice chairs for you guys, so we're going to make you very, very comfortable. It's going to be an excellent facility. You can see how beautiful this place is. And you're going to want to stay around for maybe a couple of days after that. Maybe extend your stay into the weekend. This is such a nice place. So full day Friday, full day Saturday, rubbing elbows with us, talking to us about questions that you have for trading as well. Full breakfast, lunch, cocktail party, discount, TheoTrade group room rate, Wi-Fi resort fee is going to be waived for those staying at the hotel, discount on spa services. You can go play golf out there. This is going to be a great event. It's going to be a high-class event, and it's going to be absolutely packed with information. The ability to talk to our instructors out there and really walk away with a full trading plan and give you confidence to be able to hit this market running when it starts again in the most important part of the year, which is the beginning of the 4th quarter here as we wrap up 2017. So hope to see you out there.